providing more customer service offices than any other Louisiana utility company, staffed with customer representatives who work and live in Louisiana, and offering 24/7 emergency response. That's what keeps CLECO energized.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is 73 degrees and raining cats and dogs outside. It's pouring. We're looking out over MacArthur Drive here from the Cenla Broadcasting Tower on Texas Avenue, and you can't see much. You can't see the Coliseum. You can't see anything really beyond a couple layers of trees right there. So looking west, limited visibility because of the rain, and I'll take you on a little camera tour here. The visibility a bit better as we're between the real heavy showers down in northeastern Beauregard Parish, and then, of course, got to take a look at the lake where yesterday we caught a brief little spin-up waterspout coming right at the camera, and right now it looks like that camera might be paused for some odd reason, but the wind and the waves are happening, and it's a rainy day for everyone. So what's going on? What are we seeing here? So there's a trough in the upper levels that's pulling a southwesterly flow aloft overhead, and at the surface we're seeing converging winds. So as we get that convergence, we get that low-level moisture transport. We have the lift because of the jet stream stuff and all these things that I have to look at, but for you it means rain. And so we're seeing some really heavy rain. These are really efficient rain producers, and I'll show you one of the reasons why here in just a second. But the radar picture right now showing big-time showers that are heading to the northeast. Now, the crazy thing is there's hardly any lightning with this, and that's because we're so full of moisture here. We don't have the same ice crystals and chunks of ice up in this cloud that are bumping into each other and creating that positive and negative charge and all this different stuff that makes lightning. So we're seeing incredibly heavy rainfall rates, and we have really deep moisture, but we're not seeing a ton of lightning here. So you might not hear thunder. I mean, you might, but you may not hear thunder, but it could be pouring at your location as it is right here at my house now. And I'm up to, I mean, I went from 1.51, which, let me see. I put that in there 3 minutes ago. It is now at 1.68, so 0.17 inches in 3 minutes. It is absolutely pouring here. And you can see that up in Alexandria, I'm not in that real crazy stuff here. Down along 165, not recommending that drive right now. Anywhere from Alexandria to Lake Charles. Things do lessen up just a bit to the northeast, but still some very heavy rain to go. And you can see there is some training going on here. Now, I want to show you, pulling the right thing up. This is an atmospheric profile, and I'll pop it up here in just a second. There we go. So I know this looks like a bunch of crazy garbage and all that good stuff, but you see the thing that I want to show you here is this red line. That's your temperature trace as you go up in the atmosphere, and then it does kind of plane out when we get to the stratosphere up here. So don't mind that. What you want to see is how close these are together. And actually, let me give you a drier sounding to look at first off. Let's see. Okay, so Rawlings, Wyoming. You see how this red line here is far from the blue or the green line? We have a lot of dry air here, just maybe a little cloud layer up there near jet stream level, but we are not seeing much moisture because we're not connecting these lines together. Now back to Lake Charles, because we don't have one in Alexandria. These lines show saturated air from the ground all the way up into the stratosphere. We also have a very deep warm cloud layer where everything's above freezing. So the warm cloud layer goes up to about 16,000 feet here. And that's incredible because a lot of times we'll see that freezing level at around 10,000 feet. So that means just deeper moisture. The warmer the air, the more moisture it holds. So the deeper that above freezing layer is, the deeper the moisture and the more stacked up it is. And we are just about maxed out, apart from like if we were in a hurricane, we would see more. And let me take you over to radar for just a second. And I do want to show, yeah, okay, so there's your lightning. That's pretty much it. It looks like they just issued a flood warning down there for Lake Charles. So we have some lightning, just a few strikes here. I'll pop up the number. There we go. 5, 10, you know, when we're in severe setups, we'll see over 1,000 on a map this size. So 5 to 10 lightning strikes out of this entire organized blob of heavy rainfall. And I'm going to show you the accumulation numbers in just a second. But let me do this. Let me show you a closer in view on that. And this is, I'm going to go the last 3 hours. And I'll put this in motion just to show you where that heaviest rain has been falling. We had one heavy wave come through overnight, but you didn't hear it most likely because we didn't have the thunder. So you look at the rain gauge. If you have one, you're like, oh my gosh, we had 1.5 inches of rain. rain. Well, it comes down quickly and efficiently in these showers because they just have such crazy deep moisture. So just checking along this here, 1.1 inches in 3 hours, 1.4 down toward Lake Charles, 2.3. We got those yellows there. We had some real heavy stuff out here in Vernon and southeastern Sabine, southwestern Natchitoches Parish. So 2 to 3 inches in the last 3 hours, and we're going to be stacking more rain on top of that. So let me clear this out, get back to my regular screen here, and then I'm going to go back into the show. There we go. And this is going to show you the last day's worth of rainfall. So between Leesville and Manny on 171, maybe around Anacoco, 5+ inches on the radar estimates, 2.1 in Alexandria in the last 24 hours, and that lines up exactly with what I've seen. So we have tons of rain falling, and it looks like the good news with this is yes, we'll have the rain falling. The good news is there's not a severe threat, and then we're in July, August, so power went out. Let's see if the generator kicks in. This is the first time this has ever happened for me. So battery backup's on. Generator kicked on. Let me know if I'm still live, folks. And we'll have all the stuff going on in the background here. Just let me know if you still see me. I'm going to make sure the internet stayed. All that stuff. Hold on, Lily. I'm live. And so let me see. Are we still? Oh, awesome. So I am still live. Generator kicked on. For some reason, the power went out. This is the best test I could have ever hoped for. I am so excited right now. I can't even explain. All right. So now continuing on with the show. All right, so temperatures for today, we're going to be in the low 80s, maybe, I think upper 70s, maybe low 80s. Lots of clouds here. Showers and storms going to keep those temperatures in check. And then overnight tonight, we get down to around 70. Low 70s are in the forecast. And then your day planner today, of course, filled with rain. I did adjust. One thing I do, if you ever see 100% chance of rain on the app, I typically, in the hourly forecast, I'll typically pull that down because I manually adjust it every morning. But sometimes there's a little carryover in there. Take it down to 90% because I don't want to tell you it's definitely going to do anything ever. But it is definitely going to rain today. I just can't tell you at that specific hour if we're going to get it. But yes, I am still so incredible. I'm sure you guys saw the lights blink off and everything. Whole house generator, Ward Electric, you guys rule. Thank you for setting me up. We will be live forever and ever. Now you can't get rid of me. Here is the HRRR forecast. This is through today, through tomorrow. And you can see just rain showers and storms. I think we get a little break into the evening where it's kind of scattered. And then we're going to see wave after wave of rain with another significant one tomorrow. So I think we start to see a flood threat up this way, possibly as soon as the next few hours, but especially tomorrow as we're laying a lot of rain down for today. And again, it's really coming down quickly. You look at radar, and this is just one of those deals where we're seeing, we're not seeing hail contamination so much in the radar. So this is all just rain that's falling out of these clouds, and we are seeing some big totals, and they're falling quickly. So slight to moderate risk, level 2 to 3 across the entire area for flash flooding today. The flash flood watch is officially down to our southwest, and like I said, not no severe threat, but limited severe threat. Not even enough to register a marginal risk in our area. So the forecast, this is too light. We've already seen, this is from 7 a.m. today, so we've already pretty much seen this in most areas. So I think we're going to see probably 2 to 4 inches today. We might see 1 to 2, 1 to 3, maybe even some areas seeing more than that tomorrow. So we're looking at a general 3 to 5, 6 inches with isolated higher totals, especially to the southwest, and we are going to see that potential for some flooding. Now, the more good news is that we don't have a tropical issue to look at now. And I mentioned this yesterday in the Climate Prediction Center Outlook that we do have something that we are checking out for a couple weeks down the road. It looks like that wave train starts to activate, and it looks like about 10 days out, we're going to see the tropics start to ramp up, which is totally typical. That's when we get into early August. So I'm going to be watching that very closely. We have thunderstorms in the 7-day, as you well know, especially for today and tomorrow. And like I said, I don't like 100% on an hourly forecast, but for a day, we can go ahead and do that. And I'm getting close to pushing that to 100 for tomorrow because I think we get more rainfall. Then it turns a little more scattered Friday into the weekend. Early next week, we fade back towards summer. So we are going to see the mid-90s return and just your daily kind of scattered storms. And you can see on this map here, it's going to be warm. The real heat is going to stay to our north. This is just the opposite of what we saw last year, where it was just crazy heat for, endless amounts of time. So now we're going to actually, when we dry out, we're going to see, like last year was 105, 110, 108. And we had dew points in the low 60s. This year, when we get into the mid 90s, because of all that ground moisture, all that water that's there that wasn't last year, we'll see dew points up in the mid 70s, and we're going to see the heat index issue. So it's, you're going to get one or the other here in this part of the country. But to start August, it looks like we're not going to see anything crazy on the rain front, which is probably good because I think we're going to start looking more toward the tropics, and we're going to see an active season. So we already have, and we're going to see more of that coming here in the future. So one more quick look at radar because we can. We have no time schedule. We don't have to leave. I'm going to have a drink of coffee here. Let me play this and show you, again, not much lightning here. We have those heavier cells that have caused a flood warning over Lake Charles. So if you have plans to drive anywhere in the area, you're going to see a lot of rain. You're probably watching me out in St. Landry like, where's my rain? What's coming? Don't worry. But big, heavy showers and storms coming up 165 right from Oakdale and Kinder right up into Glenmora, Forest Hill, Woodworth. It's going to go through all the little towns along the way, and then it's going to come up right here into Alexandria. And that one, I'm up to 1.82, so 0.31 inches since we've been talking, and I'm in between this stuff. So this is going to cause some rapid problems on the roadways as we are filled and we are saturated, and we're not seeing a break in sight here. Let me go down here and just take a look at the Lake Charles radar. And then I'll let you get out of here. I mean, you're free to go whenever you'd like, but this area is going to continue to pump up throughout the day. We're eventually going to just totally delete that instability and everything from the atmosphere. We're going to rain everything out as best we can. But in this setup, it's going to take no time at all to recharge things. So we're going to be watching it all today. I don't think we have severe issues. I think I could pop on for a flood threat at some point as these showers and storms continue to train across the same areas. So I will get out of here. Flooding is your main problem today. Be safe on the roadways. Turn around, don't drown, all that stuff. Big time common sense day if you're going to be out there. All right, I will see you back here later today, tomorrow at some point, but you guys have a great Wednesday. See you later.